Hi, Ali. Do you mind introducing yourself to our audience?
My name is Ali Ntumba. I serve as a Director of Strategic Partnership at Pachwakindi, originally from Congo, Kinshasa. And I've been here for 12 years now in Indiana.
Thank you. What was life like before you had to leave home?
Before I came here, I used to work in my country as a young journalist with a lot of newspapers, radio, TV. And also, my main job was human rights activist. I was the director of a local organization in Congo, actually in Goma City, called Ligue de Jeunes de Grand Lac. So that was my main job. So I used to work a normal job, especially advocating for people. So my passion was just defending people's rights. Grew up in a country where there was conflict, so I had that pleasure to be a human rights activist, defending people and their rights.
Yeah. Thank you. Why did you have to leave home?
As I say, as human rights activist, you are a target for the government, most of government in Africa, So in 2011, we had a general election in my country, and my organization was among civil society who was called to do some monitoring and observation to make sure that everything was well done. After the election, we published a report showing a lot of fraud that was organized by the former government of Kabila, which they didn't like. Start looking who published that report. And for instance, it was myself there as someone who was leading the organization. So I could not stay there because my life was really dangerous because they was looking on me. Some colleagues were arrested. I had a chance to leave the country, cross the border, start my journey, went to Rwanda, stay a few days in Kampala, but I could not stay there for a long time. I went to Kenya. So the main reason was my position. There was a fraud election that was organized by the government. They didn't like that as well. Countries in Africa, they already love them to be praised that things is true. So that was the main reason for my security. I could not stay there.
So what was your journey to the US like?
It was a really long journey. At first, I already tell people I didn't have any plan to come here in USA. When I left my country, my plan was to stay for a week in Nairobi and back in my country. But every single day, I was just getting really bad information. The situation was just getting worse every single day. So I decided to stay in Kenya without any plan to come here. But later, the journey changed. So I started seeking my asylum seeker. I would not stay in Kenya without any status, which was really dangerous because a lot of people were arrested by police. So that was the main reason I started seeking my asylum in Kenya. And after that, I went as everyone through the process until I get to resent in Indiana. So it was a long process without any plan. I didn't know that one day I'll be resent in USA. So really long journey.
So what was the hardest thing about starting over in the US when you arrived here?
Yes. For someone who come first, like in a French country, Congo is a French speaker country. It's a first challenge for everyone who come to those French countries is language barriers. Yes, I spent some few time in Kenya. I come with my little English. But I tell you, to be honest, American accent was not easy. Even English was not my first language. I struggled like everyone. So language was a big issue. Secondly, the system totally complicated where you got to drive. So integration was really another challenge. You come in a country where you don't have any family, you don't have any friend, because I was the first one to come here. And when I came, I still remember well, it's not like today. I saw you can go around, you can see a lot of African, you can see a lot of Congolese. When I came here, there was not really large Congolese community. It was like 2 or 3 families. That is a big issue. So integration was not easy. So the entire system was not really well prepared for us as a refugee when you came here. I was told when I was coming that you'll find everything there, you'll find the house for you. After a few months, I was told that I have to start paying my rent. So emotionally was not well prepared. Comparative information that I was told when I was coming here that everything should be okay, you'll find a job. So it was not easy.
So who or what helped you get through those initial challenges and difficulties when you first moved here?
The best thing I did was my connection for a local church here. I already tell people, Americans are good people, and the best way when you come as anyone immigrant, be connected for any local churches. That was my chance. I went down on Nora. I get connected to a local church there, Nora Christian Fellowship. And that was really my salvation in this country, because I already say without that, I don't know where I would be today, because that church took all my life on their end. So the church helped me on everything that I was looking for, from job, teaching me how to drive a car, taking me to my job. I was living on North Side, and I was taking me down at Amazon on Girls School Road, far away, 4 a.m. Someone was coming to pick me at 6 p.m. So I have to drop me. So that connection really made my life successful in Indiana. So if I'm what I am today is due to that church. Yeah.
So what are you most proud of, since you moved here to the U.S.?
I think first is my life. So it's my life. Safety. People don't really understand that we are not just coming here because I told you I didn't have any plan. As long I'm really feeling safe, I think that's the most thing I'm really proud that I can also speak loudly. I can express my opinions without fear. But mostly I'm really proud because also I'm giving back. So giving back to my community, that was something I already put on my mind that one day I have to save my community. So I'm so glad that today I'm also among those who are helping Congolese and African here in Indiana.
What do you wish more people understood about refugees and immigrants? Or, what would you, what can someone do today to take some action around the immigrant and refugee issues that we are hearing in the community?
I think first thing, there is this narrative that people are coming here, taking our place, taking our job. I think we need more education as organizations. I already ask all organizations, as a leader, we need to educate people. Because the few time I spend with people is misinformation. Those people are not really well educated about immigrants. And there is two kind of people here when they came here. People come legally and illegal people. The bad thing, everyone is putting on the same basket, that everyone who come here are illegal, which is not true. So knowing that difference and how people came here will help people to understand well the journey of immigrants. We as an immigrant, I think we need also to be a side of the society. Do our best to get integrated on the system. So I think that's thing we need to do both. So, because sometimes people just have some judgment because they don't know more about our journey. They don't know more what we are doing. So I think from both sides, there is a lot to do. As an immigrant, we need to also be side of this society. We are now here. We live on this country. So we belong with the country. We need to work with them. But the other side also, I think also, most key organizations have to play the role. Education, like what we are doing right now, is most important. If you don't do that, no one else will do that. Also, telling our own story, as people like us ourselves, telling people, I used to do that. When there is something, I have to show up and tell my story. Is the best way to educate people. But we don't do that, I think that's the best. That's a challenge that we need to rise as an immigrant.
Ali, what do you think is the biggest misconception about immigrants and refugees?
There is a lot of misconception regarding immigrants and the refugees here, also depending the area for people where you live or people you met. The first one is they came to take our job. That's the first thing. Secondly, you find people who thought that immigrants were not supposed to come here in this country. And those one, too, are the two big misconceptions. Especially the most common is people who came to take our job. As I already say, it's not true. I think 90% of people who come as a refugee, even asylee, is due to their lives. to be honest, no one has a plan, or no one will just wake up one morning and start making a journey. I'm going to USA to make a better life. Less, yes, but as a refugee, you flee your country because of a persecution, religion's problem, or politics. That's most of common cause for refugees when they flee their country, they come here in USA. So this misconception is, as I said, people are not well informed. People also, they don't really need to learn more about refugees. That's a big issue. I'm so glad that today there is a lot of universities that start providing these classes on refugees and immigration. So I think that will be helpful when we get those people. The other side also, media are not talking about that. So you'll spend time watching TV, less will talk more about refugees than other stories. So when media are not talking, and then no one will be informed. So that's big issues. Yeah. People who are thinking about a job, I would say that refugee, even if they come here, will not represent 10% of population. American populations will come less than. So I think that also is some misconception. People are not coming to take their job. Refugee come here legally by invitation of the USA government. I already say that. So people thought that maybe they come across the border, they come on different pathway, which is not true. They come legally. After 1 year, they become a permanent resident. So people are full permanent resident in USA, and they don't really cause any security issues, as other people also already say that they come for problem of security. I don't think so, because they go through a lot of screening, security screening, but also we should add also medical screening. In terms of safety, they don't even pose any problem in terms of medical issues, because they have already run all the screening on terms of security and medical. So those misconceptions in general is just information, which is not shared sometimes, and the people are not willing also to learn. So I think that's a big issue for miscommunication and misinformation around the refugees.
So looking back at your journey to the US, what do you wish was different today?
When I came, things was totally different. I don't understand today if the technology, things have totally changed. You know, when I came first, I didn't have chance to have my a cell phone. I still remember that they gave me a home phone, which was a really big challenge, because anytime I have an appointment, I have to stay at home all the day waiting a phone call from. If you go out of your house, you miss that phone call. With today's technology, things have totally changed. Refugees, when they came here, we provide now cell phones, computer, things like that. So there's a lot of change. In terms of technology, communication looks better. When I came, communication was a big issue. But today, now you found also that people will find those stuff here, but there is now this problem of narrative. Refugees, I think, they are not really feeling that they are on the countries they thought that they were coming, because of what is happening as politics being targeted wherever you go. This is a refugee, things like that. I think that's a big issue. That's a difference. When we come, those things was not there. I think the climate was really well. So even you are struggling in your daily life, finding job, but in terms of politics, things like that, I think we're feeling really well today. To be honest, even today myself, I'm just I don't know my future. I don't know about my tomorrow. Things are totally changed in terms of politics. So that's something we should mention. When I came here, it was kind of really well done today.
So what is one piece of advice you would give a new immigrant?
I already told my people, people when they get on this country is to learn the system. To get no other communities, not only your community. Be open. This is a big issue of a lot of immigrants. When you get here, you just thinking about maybe Congolese community, but you know the best way to succeed on this country is to be open to American people also, because they are the one welcomers on this country. We cannot be separate from them. Integration is most important. Look how to learn language. You cannot be in America without any English level. That is big issues. Even you come to your country for a PhD, as long as you don't speak English, that's another issues. So that I'm saying integration, looking to know the system, how the system runs. This system is totally opposite to our system. Totally different from our system. So knowing that will allow you to get some adaptation on the system. So we are totally separate from when we came here, we get lost. Maybe I do understand as people are looking to pay the rent, which is normal. I went through that journey, but sometimes you do understand also, I have also to push to do some training. So I went through a lot of trainings. I attended a lot of meetings where I started learning. So you have to do that when you arrive in a country to learn the system, how the system is running, how they use public transportation, how they pay their money, how they use their money, things like that will be helpful.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.